What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Magic with Week Moves Productions. It's a little somber morning this morning because of Irma, so I'm kind of right in the middle of where she's tracking and her being a Category 5. And I've got some footage on here of Barbados. They got pounded and some other stuff, so we're going to take a look at all that. I just wanted to show you this. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm right, let me use my mouse, and like right here. So let's see if there's a better one on here. Like right here. Let's see what else I got. Alright, so yeah. Anyway, it's kind of an impromptu little vid because this is my main concern right now. So let's take a look at the footage, and I'll be keeping you guys posted. I'll be posting videos letting you know what I'm doing, and how we're doing. So anyway, let's get to it.
Experience is like something you see in a horror movie. Persons were literally running from house to house, and we had cars flying over our heads. We had containers, 40-foot containers flying left and right. And the story that you're getting from most of the residents here is that the eye of the storm came just in time. Persons were literally tying themselves to their roofs with ropes to keep them down.
Last night was a horrible experience for me. My mom cried and my brother waked me up. I was frightened. I didn't know this was gonna happen to me.
When the wind very real intense, we had to rescue a 3-year-old child, and that was one of experience that was really telling on us. We tell ourselves that, look, there's a child, we must go out. And while we were doing that, the roof for the fire station came off, put the men in more fear, but still that we know that we have a job to do, and we do it with all our might, knowing that it's our duty to serve this nation of Antigua and Barbuda, and we did it.
In the eye of the storm. Here's what has happened over the past hour. We've been
a little more ragged. Now, it's going on 40 consecutive hours at 180 miles per hour or stronger. That is by far the longest of any storm in recorded history to maintain such intensity. But part of the interaction with Puerto Rico, part of the interaction with Hispaniola, right around, say, Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, in that area of Dominican Republic, are really beginning to cause parts of the storm to begin to wobble a little bit, lose some steam as well. So again, maybe some hope in seeing slight weakening, but it's so far in the upper territory of a Category 5 that even a 30-mile-an-hour drop in its winds, which I think are unlikely, would still keep it somewhere around a Category 5. But hurricane warnings in place. The next main area of interest, we're talking about the Turks and Caicos. Storm surge in excess of 20 feet possible. Keep in mind, these islands right across this region, essentially 40 islands, but the Turks and Caicos are made up of coral and low-lying beaches. So when you talk about 20 feet, much of the structures, much like you saw in Barbuda, would be entirely moved off of their foundation. So significant implications in store by this afternoon across Turks and Caicos, and then beyond that into the Bahamas. But notice the model still bringing that right turn in. A lot of the cone now shifting off towards the east, including Florida, points to the east of Florida, model by model breakdown here. Look at the high concentration of this, even potentially dodging Cuba in its entirety. That was one main player we initially thought could in fact weaken the storm a little bit, alter its track. Very few models want to even take it to Cuba with a right hard turn as it approaches the Bahamas. That would in fact